Hello and welcome to another episode of Jobless Weebs, episode 30. I'm Brian, and with me,
The big brown Mexican.
yeah, Marco. That's right. Yeah. Today we are jumping right into it. We are talking about the top 10 of the past year, but the top 5 best and the bottom 5 worst.
They might not end up being the top 10, but
Right.
take into account that this judgment is made from professional weebs and completely biased and not objective. So
Yep. So have fun with whatever we decide.
right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so for winter,
Mm-hmm.
I want to start with the worst one.
Okay.
One of the worst ones from winter.
Yes.
And from my own opinion, it's The Promised Neverland Season 2.
Ah, yes.
That
Pretty,
it had a bright future. The plot was amazing, and then for some reason they decided not to follow the manga, and I also haven't read much of the manga, but I went ahead and watched some spoilers in the manga, and I was like, what the heck is here? They skipped a lot of things. The story they just destroyed it. They had an amazing suspense story,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and then they just threw it away like it was nothing, and I'm just very disappointed in that one, because I remember when I watched it I was like, oh, this is scary, what are the kids gonna do? And you see how the kids are smart, because a lot of them are smart, because
Yeah.
they're more delicious that way.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, horrible. Yeah, it was. I don't even want to remember that.
Oh yes. Well, yeah. So yeah, it had a very like intense plot, as I remember, and it had specific things that they had to do, like in their dreams. So yeah, I would say that changing a bit of it, and I think you said the ending had some disappointing parts in itself too. So I could probably see why.
At least for me, the best animes of winter, and that's
yes.
completely biased, is Yuru Camp Season 2 and Non Yuri Nonstop.
Those are
And
amazing.
That's because they are still part of my holy trinity of moe and wholesomeness.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
yes.
of course I'm gonna be biased with those.
Yeah.
And we had the third season of Is the Order of Rabbit on fall 2020. So those three are my holy trinity of wholesomeness. So I'm gonna
there you
put
go.
those three like on the best.
Ah yes.
Always. They might not be the best, but for me they are, and
Oh, yeah.
you can see why.
Oh yeah.
But
That's right.
I mean, the wholesomeness, it's about camping or just like daily life, and it just makes a regular day into something more of a regular day, something to be cherished.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
Oh yeah.
you know what? It just gives you a new perspective, and it just calms the soul. So yeah, those are the best for me. What about you?
Yeah. The best for me. I really got into. I'm a spider. So what? So I really enjoyed that one. It's an isekai one. But yeah, I really got into that a lot. I really liked the speed of it, the just a lot of like the humor, and of course part of the mystery and the intrigue. It really drew me in. So that would be one of my top of winter.
I was kind of confused
Uh,
with whenever they were returning to the
oh
students.
yes, the
'Cause
time.
apparently that
Yep,
was like
the
a
time is
time
all
skip.
weird. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, every time you see the humans grown up, it's like, already 12 years away from the time you see the spider, because the spider hasn't even left the cave um, until she
Because
turns like two
all of them
or
were
so.
born at the
Yeah,
same time, right?
roughly at the same time. Yeah, some things were
But
weird with
I
that
mean,
too.
at that time
Yeah,
when the rest of the kids are at the magic high school or whatever,
yeah, the high school.
she's still 12. But the thing is that
Right.
from the moment she was born,
Yeah, she was already like,
she was fighting for her life.
yeah, she was fighting her for life right away. Yeah, so she had to like grow up quick. Monsters grow up quick apparently in fantasy. So yeah, she has like the drop. Even though she always thinks, "Oh, I'm so weak. I need to
Yeah.
I need to do better or I'll die." Yeah, so it handles it in a very funny way. But yeah. So yeah, confusing at times, very intriguing.
Okay. Do you have a worse one for winter
Worst
or?
one. Ooh, let's see. I heard some controversy a little bit over uh, the Promised Neverland season two. Apparently, there were arcs that were changed. Um, I haven't seen it myself, but I would say that may have been a disappointment for the season winter. Other than that, I can't think of one that I actually watched and would rank
Okay.
bottom tier.
So the Promised Neverland got two two
Yeah,
votes for the worst one.
Yeah, it got a little gypped, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So yeah, so that kind of like it discouraged me from watching it. I still like The Promised Neverland, of course, but
The
but
first
yeah,
season.
the first season, yeah, but yeah, I was a little discouraged with getting back into it after hearing that.
Yeah. Anyways, so for spring.
Spring, here we
In
go.
spring, surprisingly enough, we had a lot of new ones.
We did.
There were a couple ones that I missed on spring, but then I watched on later.
Ah, yes. I
And
might
yeah,
know the
I was
one you're
talking to
talking
you.
about. Uh-huh.
But there were a lot of ones
Yes.
that I liked, and I'm just gonna name them until I named what was probably the best of spring. So the ones that I think that they could have, or like the runner-ups, are
Yes.
86.
Yes. I was gonna say that
BB,
one.
Fluoride Ice Sunk,
Mm-hmm.
Fruit Basket, the final, and that's completely biased because I just fell in love with the story,
Oh yes.
and I was surprised how truthful they stayed to the manga, and like there was no episode where they wouldn't attempt to make you cry. So, and a few other ones that were more like comedic is the Satan Heiken Maishu, which I thought it was pretty similar to Konosuba. Odd Taxi, that was great.
Yes.
Odd Taxi was great.
Yeah.
And Zombieland Saga and
Yes.
Megalobox 2.
Oh, yep. The second season. Oh,
so
Megalobox.
I'm
I
torn
love
apart
that
into
story.
which one I should
Yeah.
I should give it the title of the best.
Yes.
If I'm gonna filter them into if they're like a second season or a continuation of, then I can
bring it down.
I can bring it down because I mean Megalobox is gonna be out, Zombieland Saga is gonna be out, Fruit Basket's gonna be out, so it just stays between 86, Vivi, Odd Taxi, and that's about it for the ones that I mentioned. Super Cup was also good. Super Cup was
yes.
If it gets a second season, it could make it into the Holy Trinity of wholesomeness.
I see.
To turn it into the four horsemen of wholesomeness.
Of wholesomeness.
But until then, not yet.
Yeah.
Second
season. Yeah.
I think yeah, I mean there were a bunch. But my final verdict for the best one, it's it's gonna be 86 again. I watched
Yes,
86 a couple of
86.
weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and probably it hit differently because I binge watch it.
Ah, okay, okay. Oh
So
yeah.
so you know
So it's
the
fast
emotion and the
paced.
momentum just kept
Mm-hmm.
going,
Kept going. Oh, I hear
and
you. Oh
with
yeah.
BB with BB there
Mhm.
was also like a lot of
Oh yeah.
hype,
Oh yeah. There
but you
was.
had to
There was.
wait like one
Ah,
week. And with Odd
yeah.
Taxi, there's a lot of suspense and mystery and like what the heck is happening inside this walrus head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this time 86 is taking it because I binge watched it even though I didn't watch it in spring.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah. Even though, yeah,
it was the first season, and
yeah,
so yeah, the plot was great because
yeah.
at the beginning I thought that what's the name of the girl?
Oh, Lena.
Lena.
Yeah,
I
Lena.
thought she was the main character, but no, she's
Right.
not the main character because
Yeah,
that's what the anime is called 86. Like
yeah.
the important
It's gonna
ones,
be about 86. You know, I
it's
thought the
about the
same thing.
86.
Yeah, I thought it was all her, but yeah, it shifts
So the
focus.
action scenes, and also I'm not very good with mechas. I
Oh yeah,
I've had
yeah.
my
Mecha.
animes with mechas like
Ah,
the Lelouch ones. What's
oh,
the name?
oh yes.
What was the name of the Lelouch anime? Well, you
Was
know which one I'm talking about.
I do, I do. Uh,
Yeah, I have sometimes some hard time with mechas, but
yeah.
this one was great. As for the worst one, I do have my worst one, and that one it's
Cookie
called, and I
House.
can't believe I finished watching all of it, like all the
Ooh.
12 episodes with the worst one that I'm
Oh
gonna
really?
mention. And so this one is called um. Full Dive. The ultimate next gen full game RPG is even
Oh.
shittier than real life.
Oh, that one. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
that's garbage caught on fire
Yeah.
in an already caught on fire
Yeah.
garbage dumpster.
Kicked around the alley. Yep.
Yeah, I like yeah.
No, yeah,
I
well,
can't believe I've
yes, I
watched all
tried.
of it. So
Yeah,
like,
I didn't finish it
don't
myself.
watch it. Don't.
Yeah.
It's it
Yeah.
was garbage so bad that you're like, okay, can it go further? Like,
Oh.
are they gonna come up with something even more stupid? And it's like,
Mhm, mhm.
oh, they did.
They did.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
okay.
okay.
So it's like,
So
yeah,
yeah,
don't.
I didn't. I stopped watching it, fairly early. I would say. Yeah.
Okay, so what about you? Now
Yes.
you
Actually, my
covered.
top would also be 86, but I'll try to think of another one. Um, but yes, 86 for me, it is also like
Okay, so the
wow.
final
So yeah,
decision is
is
86.
it is 86. I just started watching it and like I kept so I did watch it weekly. So I just kept coming back every week. Um, but man, it was so sad having to wait a week every time. But yeah, like first season all by itself, wow. Second season is of course uh,
And now we have to wait
out.
like 2 months
So
for the last 2 episodes. So
yep. So yeah, we still have to wait for that. But yeah, top 86. I would say my uh I would say like another top one. To be fair, if I was picking another top one, it would be uh Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro. Uh,
oh, okay.
that one. That one is pretty hilarious. Just a pretty great like
The
school
the the
teasing
the
one.
the spaghetti arms
Oh yes, yes, yep.
kind of reminded me
She's
of Asumanga Dayo.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just pure silliness with that, especially. So yeah, that one is great. Um, it's just a great vibe, I would say. So you can vibe with that pretty easily. Um, a bottom, um, one that really didn't like stick out or really do well for me was well, it's like a promising one, but one that didn't do well for me was Combatants Will Be Dispatched. It had like a cool idea. I I was really into the idea, but just the whole like plot developments going forward, it didn't really
Yeah,
hit well
that's one
enough.
of the ones that I liked.
Uh-huh.
It
Oh,
surprised
you
me how I
did?
thought
You
it was
liked
good
it?
and how you thought
Oh,
it
okay,
was
okay.
lacking.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, because like I
yeah.
was saying, I thought that it was kind of like a knockoff
Ah,
of Konosuba.
oh yes, you did mention that. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I went the other way with that one. Mhm.
For
Ah, good,
summer,
good. Mhm.
there were also a few good ones
Mhm.
continuing,
Mhm.
but again, since is this for the
Ah,
year,
yes.
we're only considering the ones that it was their first season.
Yeah, first coming out. Mhm.
So I mean, for the good ones, I thought like Kobayashi-san was a good one.
Yeah.
Also, what was the name of this isekai one? The Moonlight Fantasy.
Yeah, the Moonlight Fantasy that stood out. Mhm.
That one, I think out of all the isekais that I watch, I think that's one of the best.
Yeah.
The Otome game, the second season for the
Oh.
villainess.
Yeah, yes. Oh, I
Uramichi
love the
Onisan.
Oh yeah. Oh man. That cracked me up so much every single time.
I know. And
You just
Nighthead 2041
Ah,
is probably one
yes.
of the best. And
Yeah.
I might
That came
probably
out.
contradict myself since we did a video on what was the best anime for summer.
Uh-huh. We
But
did.
at the end of, because remember we did talk about Nighthead 2041 as the
We
best anime
did.
from summer.
We
But
did.
at the end of the day,
Uh,
um, I think that the actual one for summer would be the Moonlight Fantasy.
oh, there you
And
go.
and I'm surprised because
Right,
normally
me
if it's a
too.
regular anime versus an isekai, I would
You would go
choose
for the
for the
regular.
regular. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I watch isekai, but it's like
Uh,
I'm tired of them. But
yeah. I agree.
uh, but I mean, probably a lot of weight
Mm.
is because I've been following the manga,
Okay.
and the manga is great. Is they're the classic harem style
Oh yes. It has that.
and
Mhm.
fan service, but it's not
Has that.
like they are trying to give it to you by force. They're just like,
Shoving
hey,
it down your throat.
here's some shots for you.
There you go. There you go.
Kind of like, thanks for reading, thanks for following this.
Oh yeah.
Here's some fan service for you. And they're
I
like,
see.
but we still have the story, and not like the others that is like
Mm.
pure
Oh yeah. But
harem cliche
yeah,
plot.
cliche. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
I
thought that was
get you.
great from that one.
Yeah.
And the worst one,
Mhm.
Sonny Boy.
Okay. Yep. I
Sonny
was
Boy.
gonna say that one too, but
It was.
you got it. Yep.
You can still say it.
Yeah. It was the bottom
It
one
was
for
the
summer.
animation. I thought the animation was great,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
I don't know where the heck they intend that their audience to go, or like the characters themselves, because there was like they were all over the place, and
it was all over.
there was apparently just this clotted problem and just one the main character
mess.
that it was to blame for all of that. It was like
it was all his fault, but it's like, what is even happening?
Yeah.
It was very like psychedelic, very like their attitudes or their personalities are like creating these things in this fantasy world. So yeah, it was all over. For me, top tier, top anime for summer. I liked how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. That one I really liked. It's an isekai one, but it had some really fun ideas with how you realistically Which is funny. It's like, isekai. It's
We
not
had the same
realistic.
joke last episode.
So yeah, we did. So
because it's the second season is
I
coming.
was reminded. Yeah, the second season is coming out. So I was reminded me of it. Reminded me of that, and I did watch it. I don't think I watched it weekly, but I did watch it in spurts, kind of thing. For summer at least, I would say that would be a top one. If I wasn't gonna go with like Uramichi Onisan, that one is just a straight up comedic, but also like real life commentary. But that one, those two would be my top. Uramichi Onisan actually would probably win out my top. For summer.
Okay, so Uramichi Onisan.
To be realistic and honest, the realistic hero is very funny though. Let's see. Bottom, I would put. I did watch a bit of Kanojo Mo Kanojo, Girlfriend, and I did read some of the manga, but I would probably put that in bottom tier.
Okay.
It's just, when you hear the premise, you know exactly what it's going to be.
It's silly,
and it's exactly what it's.
You know what you're diving into.
Yeah.
Just from
so if you're gonna watch it, it's like, it's. Well, I wouldn't say like it's like horrible or bad for any like plot or any like real premise or what happens, but it is a bottom anime, I would say.
Yeah. I think it's
yes.
Because the author wrote it, essentially to give like an ending to all of them, but also kind of like to give a parody to all the harems.
Yeah, it's a parody. Right? Yeah, it's a parody. It's supposed to be like a commentary on these harem anime where there are girlfriends or girls that lose because the harem there has to be like a top girl and she wins. But that's right. So this one, that's the whole idea. But yeah, I would say I would put it down.
Yeah. I would also agree with that.
Of course, you could all watch it, but
be advised.
Everyone has to agree.
Yeah. But like Sunny Boy, don't watch
Sunny
it.
Boy,
don't waste your time.
Don't try with Sunny Boy,
Or like if you watch it, just turn off your brain and or like if you're into that, you can just like get
just wrecked.
Yeah,
your mind. Like, it's like, okay,
what's the meaning of the world? And
yeah. Just
get philosophical because
with Sunny Boy,
you're just not gonna get it.
Yep.
Okay, so finally for fall.
Yes.
For fall, there's a list that I of animes that I liked. Not continuing, but new ones. Komi-san, the cringiest of them all, but I still loved it.
Oh yes, yep.
Take OP. I thought it had potential, but no, it's not the worst. Okay. But I thought it had potential.
Yes.
Blue Period. I liked it, but it was a lot heavier than what I was expecting. So it was a heavy anime on the feels. Yeah, for that reason, probably it's not the best. It was a good watch.
It was a good one, yeah.
But it was a heavy anime. I was expecting more of a lighthearted anime. But it was still good nonetheless. Osama Ranking. It's also on the runner-ups.
Oh yes, it's up there. It's up there.
Sakugan, it also disappointed me on the last episode.
On the last one? Okay. Yeah, I'm currently in the last one.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think that the winner for the best anime of fall 2021 is Osama Ranking for me. Though it's not finished yet, it's gonna finish.
Oh, absolutely.
On winter.
There's a lot of story to cover. But the top one.
But
Wow, yeah.
So far, like
I like that
with
choice.
how incomplete the story is. I liked, for starters, the main character.
Yeah.
Because it was something new and refreshing.
Yes. Oh yes.
And also the secondary characters. They were drawn to be predictable, yet like their behavior
Uh-huh.
is not predictable.
No, not predictable. Because when we first see them, and even if some few first actions in the first few episodes, we're like, oh yeah, they're that type of character.
So yeah, that was for the best.
Yeah.
For the worst, I'm still thinking if one of them. Oh no, never mind. I watched it and
oh yes.
I also can't believe that I finished watching it.
Uh-oh.
It's Platinum Ant. It's from the creator of Death Note.
Oh.
And
yes.
I like Death Note. The Platinum Ant is another pile of hot garbage. I don't like the main character. The main character, once again, it's an extreme Shinji type. And the main villain, it's a sociopath.
Straight up sociopath.
That is like, okay, yeah, for a bad guy, I guess you're cool.
But
I never really saw, like, through the 12 episodes, I never really saw, like, getting somewhere. It's not like Mirai Nikki, because, you know, we were talking how they were similar in a way that there were some participants that were chosen to be gods, or they could be gods, they could only be one at the end. And with Mirai Nikki, you also have this Shinji type main character that little by little, like, gets courage, and then he also becomes kind of twisted, but at the end he fixes stuff. But with this one, with Platinum Ant,
yes, he stays Shinji
character. It was like
reluctant.
Well,
like the Shinji MC type of character, like the main character, being reluctant and like, oh no, like, it's very frustrating, and like not wanting to like get involved. I would say is the most frustrating type of main character. We call that Shinji because of oh my gosh,
I don't know if
I don't want to remember at all.
If that's actually in everywhere, but at least that's an inside joke. Like,
oh yes, we
Shinji
call them
type.
Shinji. Yep, because like Evangelion, Shinji is just so
annoying.
Yeah, that's it. He's just annoying. So top anime for fall. Oh, I really love Komi-san. I really love that anime. It's just so good. The cringiness is just like, wow, so funny. And like the whole high school experience, it's all there. You get to see it in all its glory.
I know.
And poor Komi-san, she can't communicate with anyone. And that's pretty relatable for a lot of people. That's it. That's the whole premise. Yep. So I really like that.
So, is that your best or
the top one? Oh man, I really do have Osama ranking really high up there too.
Okay.
I really like that one. Of course, we did mention it in our anticipating anime for fall, but it really came out of left field. Like, it threw a curveball. Like, no one really expected how it was going to be, but it was so good. So Osama ranking is up there for sure. Top, I would say it is also that one for top.
Okay.
Like, but of course, Komi-san still has like really strong place
in your heart.
It's like I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
One thing is like the actual list.
You could be a fan. The
other thing is the list in your heart.
Right. Absolutely. Because it's like, what are you gonna rank the anime as? So like, as it is. It was my ranking.
I mean, I have the same opinion with my holy trinity of wholesomeness. They might not be the best anime, but for me, it's like
they are yours.
They are my favorite. Like, I've watched all of them more than 3 times. And like, Is the other rabbit? I've watched it
7.
completely more than 8 times already.
Yes.
And I already
8
know where the
plus.
freaking jokes are, and I still
Mhm.
laugh out loud.
Wow. Yeah,
So
and
I
you
understand
pinpoint parts to me actually.
Yeah.
So I definitely
Yeah, like,
can.
hey, here's the joke.
And you know it, like you go to the episode. So yeah, I can definitely confirm that. So true. For my bottom tier, oh man, I haven't completed Sakugan yet. Uh, but it is sad putting anime in bottom tier.
I know.
It is really sad.
Well, except for
But
Platinum
if-
and it
Oh,
earned it.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we could do it to some actually. Whoops. Well,
Yeah.
let's see here.
For some anime, you're like, okay, you're not the best, but you're also not
Yeah.
the worst. It's like,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah, some are just okay, and that is true.
But some
Um,
animes are like, okay, you definitely asked for it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Bottom tier. You know, I probably could put something in bottom tier. It's something that didn't really turn out the way I expected. It would be the zombie one. The vampire dies in no
the
time.
vampire dies in no time.
Yeah, that one. It was comedic. It was very funny, and of course, like all the characters were, they had like their own thing of who they were, like a monster hunter, and of course the vampire, and like
The armadillo.
oh yes, the armadillo is the pet of the vampire. So yeah, some things are funny and like and stuff, but I would put it in bottom tier. It didn't really grab me and keep me going.
Okay.
So yeah, that anime I would put in bottom tier.
Yeah,
Still very funny for the jokes.
I started
but-
watching it
Uh-huh.
and binge watch it when it was on episode 11.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the worst,
Uh-huh.
but it's like bottom tier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did like the opening though. The opening
Yeah.
was pretty energetic, and the rhythm, it's
Yeah.
right up my alley.
There you
So,
go.
like-
Yeah.
It's like I would play that on Beat Saber.
Yeah. Good.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, I totally agree with you. We actually didn't write the list, so
Mhm.
if future me
Oh yes.
thought it was a
Lot of
good
work to
idea,
do.
he actually did wrote the list here.
Here it is.
So
Yep.
these are the animes for you to watch if you haven't watched them
Mhm.
for 2021.
Mhm.
And as we're starting this year, 'cause the new animes have started already,
Mhm.
so we're very excited. I mean, actually,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
excited
really
because
looking forward to it.
a lot of the continuing ones, and also a lot of movies that they have announced
Yeah.
for this year
Especially
is
the
like
movies.
this is gonna be a good year, hopefully.
Yep. I hope so. I
Like
hope so.
every other year,
Mhm.
because there are a couple seasons where anime is like
Oh yeah, it varies. It varies
just
a lot.
there, but yeah, 2022 is gonna be a great year, hopefully for anime.
Yeah.
And hopefully for the podcast.
Oh yes, I hope so, and everyone listening. Oh yeah, I hope so. Mhm.
All right, thanks for watching this episode of Jobless Weebs.
Let us know what you think of our list, and tell us your list if you have something different.
All right, keep watching anime, and see you guys next week.
See ya.